Hello, and welcome to For Better or Worse, a movie and TV podcast, the podcast where a married couple reviews movies and TV. Follow us on all of our platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at FBOW Podcasts. Please, all of it, show your support. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And today we are talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a movie.
It is a movie. Toby, we should do our non-spoiler thoughts because I really like this movie and I want to get into it. I'm going to go first. Non-spoiler.
I thought you would say you could go first.
Okay, you can go first. You don't like going first.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
You can go.
Okay. So it's really good. It's really good. Go watch it. Just stop listening. Go watch it. Come back.
Where can they find it? I don't remember.
You can rent it, I think,
Is that
on
what we
your
did?
various... No, because it's on Showtime, but no one has Showtime.
My parents have
Except for your
Showtime.
parents. Your parents are the only people on the planet who have Showtime. And I guess
those that
people who
watch
watch
Yellow
Yellow
Jackets.
Jackets.
Okay, you liked it. Okay.
So if you have Showtime because you watch Yellow Jackets, I guess watch it on Showtime. Otherwise, you can just rent it on your various Apple and Amazon Primes and whatever, or Netflix, but like the disc one, if you still have that.
Stop. That doesn't
The
exist
disc. People
anymore.
still have it. It does.
No, it doesn't.
I guarantee you it does. So if you still have that Redbox, I know people who use Redbox. I know one people who use Redbox.
Who?
Just Jeff. Jeff uses Redbox. I know.
Jeff, you would use
know.
Redbox.
I think he still
Stop
uses
it.
Redbox.
You have Netflix.
The dollar, it costs $4, I think, to rent from Apple. It's worth it to not have to leave
To
the
not
house.
leave your house?
Yeah,
Did COVID teach you nothing?
Anyway, so rent it. It's really good. Buy it. Hell, buy it. It's really good.
You'll probably watch it again.
I'm honestly shocked that this movie won or was even nominated for Oscars because it's such a weird sci-fi kind of movie. And I feel like sci-fi movies never get nominated for stuff. The Baby's Awake?
Yeah. Maybe like Interstellar.
No, I don't think so. Did Interstellar get nominated for stuff? I don't think so.
I feel like Interstellar got at least one nom.
But not like Best Picture. Best Picture is usually like,
I think like
it's a
Best
serious
Picture
drama
nom.
about some
Right.
police officer
You
from
keep
the
going.
middle of
We're
whatever.
still on non-spoilers, so keep going.
So it's just really good. I can see why it won all of the Oscars. It won literally like every Oscar except for Best Actor because it couldn't win Best Actor because the main character is a female. But it won Best Actor, Best Editor, Best Writer, Director. I think won, right?
Yeah.
Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress.
Yep.
And Best Actress. So go. It lives up to the hype. It's so good. It might be. I'm trying to think of a movie I like better than this movie, and I'm having a really hard time coming up with a movie I like better than this movie. So I mean, you might have to give me a little more time to think about it. This might be one of my favorite movies, if not like my favorite movie ever.
And
It's really that good.
And if you knew Gino, you'd know why. Like the minute this movie was like happening, or like 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is a Gino movie.
This is a Gino movie.
Yeah.
There's kung fu. There's like multiverse stuff.
I think we're gonna have to put on music for him.
Pretty funny. Okay, go ahead.
It's easier for you to get up.
Okay, The Baby's awake. I don't think he cares about the music. He might just be awake.
Right.
Oh, he's crying.
I know. Just play the music and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna do my non-spoiler. And then Gino can continue because his will take a year. So
No, I'm done. That's it.
For better.
For
or
better.
worse?
That's
Yeah.
way for better. The
Obviously.
most for better.
He just said it was his favorite movie.
Definitely the best movie we reviewed on here by far.
I think so too. So my review's also for better. I literally had no idea what this movie was going in, and I'd heard people talk about it, and everyone's like, you should see this movie everywhere. No, Everything Everywhere All at Once. The title will make sense at the end. At first, you're like, I don't get it. And then it'll all click, I promise. It is definitely a weird movie, so you have to go in with an open mind because there are elements that are going to wow you and maybe make you uncomfortable, but it's a good discomfort. Simultaneously,
It's hilarious. I wouldn't say uncomfortable.
I don't know, no, there was one part I was like, no, I don't like this.
Was it the part they blurred out?
No, we'll talk about it in
Okay.
spoilers. Just one other thing. It's essentially like a cool sci-fi kung fu movie. I think Gino said that. I might not have been listening.
There's kung fu.
Yeah. So go in. You're going to see cool kung fu stuff. It's going to be weird.
I think if you, and I wrote this in my part, if you like The Matrix, if you like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, if you like Rick and Morty, then you're gonna like this. It's you take those three things and you combine them together and you get this movie. It's just go good. Stop. Just go watch it. What are you doing? Like, who's listening to this? You didn't watch it yet. Go watch it. We liked it a lot.
Stop.
Go. Are you done? You say for better?
For better.
Better say for better. If you guys hear like adorable baby music in the background, it's from the Baby Swing. I hope we don't get copyright striked by whoever.
We'll just have to continue talking so nobody can decipher what music it is.
Right. Whoever owns Graco Swings. But can you hear it though?
I don't. Oh.
I don't know if it's
not in
on
my
the mics.
microphone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Spoilers. All the spoilers starting now. Get out of here. Go watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it. It's really good. Spoilers. I don't know where I put the notes.
They're in the regular spot. And they're
here we go. Everything everywhere all together once. Spoilers starting now. Okay. So here's what I want to talk about. Which I can't because my notes won't open. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, it might be one of my favorite movies of all time. I said that already. Okay, yeah. So essentially, like, what this movie is about, it's a woman by the name of, I can't remember her name. And we didn't
Man,
look at
we suck. Hang
on. Played by
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh.
Sorry. Literally, second episode since maternity leave, you guys. We don't have it all together yet.
We never had it together in the first place.
Bah, bah,
yeah, she was it's played by Evelyn Yeoh. She plays a woman named Evelyn.
Michelle Yeoh played by Evelyn. She plays Evelyn,
who is just like a middle-aged woman from, I'm assuming, China, whose father-in-law's coming to visit. She doesn't have a really good relationship. Her father's coming to visit. She doesn't have a great relationship with her daughter. She doesn't really like her husband that much. She's like kind of rude to him. Her husband's kind of like your average kind of bumbling, but like super optimistic, happy kind of guy.
Right, friendly. They own a laundromat.
Yeah, the husband is played by Ki Hugh Kwan, who is the kid from The Goonies and also Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes. Yeah. There's this cute picture of him like hugging Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford at the Oscars because he won.
Right. And he won Best Supporting Actor. Yeah. She won Best Actress. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this. She won Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
Wait, those are my notes.
Yeah, because
don't start talking about it.
Stephanie Sue plays the daughter, and I think she should have won Best Supporting. She was nominated.
Don't start talking about it yet.
Whatever. James Hong is in this. He's great. But basically, she's like your very typical 80s movie kind of like sci-fi protagonist, where like she's like, kind of run-of-the-mill, like down on her luck, like. Every 80s movie has this protagonist. Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. What's the Gremlins? You got the kid.
I know.
Down on his luck.
And like not good at anything.
Right. Like Terminator has what's her face.
I don't know. I never saw that.
You never seen Terminator?
Is that divorceable?
No, but like you love horror movies and it's great.
A robot.
Okay.
I don't understand robot. You're lucky I saw iRobot.
That's
you're
not even close to her. But Sarah, she works at like a diner, like Sarah Connor. She's like whatever. Like every 80s movie has this protagonist. One day I'll see
Terminator. Yeah.
And what makes it good is that like they don't know what's going on either, so they can kind of naturally ask questions and have it explained to them. But what makes her like very different than that like standard sci-fi protagonist trope is that she's like a middle-aged woman. She's like not a teenager. She's not a young kid.
Which we definitely found entertaining because we're old AF.
We're old AF, right? So it's nice having someone who's older AF who does that. So like she kind of breaks that mold a little bit. And it's almost never, and it's never an Asian woman. It's always like a white dude, or except for Terminator, a white girl. So like that also is kind of different. And
just the cultural aspect of it that you don't get to see.
Right.
Which is so cool. Like just the fact that we got to see a different story told in the same kind of genre that we know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Just to sum up what you're saying.
Yes.
To sum up.
Cool. You summed. So yeah, like her daughter's a lesbian. She's like kind of okay with it, but like she doesn't think her dad's going to be okay with it. She keeps hiding it from her dad. Yada, yada, yada. They owe money on their taxes. So they got to go to Jamie Lee Curtis, who's like the tax lady.
Jamie Lee Curtis does regular woman so well.
Yeah.
Good God. If if she was not famous, right? Like she would melt, like she would just hide in society.
I want to be clear. Just because I said I didn't think she deserved best supporting actress doesn't mean she wasn't great.
Right.
It's just I think that the main villain, the daughter, is way better
and just had so much more dynamic.
Yeah,
stuff.
and like is a bigger part of the movie. And
it was a weird choice. But
I don't agree that Jamie Lee Curtis they were in the same movie.
Right. I think she was nominated.
And Stephanie Sue
I don't know.
was, I think, a better part of the movie, so she should have won. But
Same.
Whatevs.
But Jamie Lee, regular person. Wow.
Yeah. So like Jamie Lee is like, the tax lady in this universe. And then you find out that like there's other universes. And in one of the other universes, Evelyn has invented like teleporting your mind into different versions of yourself from other universes. But that version died. So they need a different version of that, of Evelyn to like save the world from some omniversal threat.
Now, is this, because we have been working with this multiverse madness in Marvel.
It's really Rick and Morty that kind of, it's Marvel Comics that like made it a thing.
Okay, so my question is, have you come across this version of jumping into the mind of somebody else? Right? Not, because they are not going to another universe because they stay in theirs.
Right.
And then what's it called?
It's Inception, I guess.
No.
Like
but
that.
what do they call it? Verse jumping?
Verse jumping.
Right.
Yeah. I guess not, but whatever.
But no, I'm just saying it's a very cool idea of jumping into the consciousness of another version of you.
Yeah, it makes you think like what's happening to their consciousness at the time, but whatevs. I guess it's a convenient way of like not having to kill the person when you get there because like now there's two of you or like
right,
whatever.
And like also you get to continue this narrative of like we're in this different universe and just hopping back and forth.
And essentially it was invented so you could like go into a different universe where you're like good at cooking and just kind of like take their thoughts, kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender style, just like take their skills.
I don't think I exist as a good cook in another universe. I think we're always
there's definitely a universe. Yeah, no, you think every version of you're
me
bad?
Is just either worse and worse and worse.
So they, the husband, who is like a very bumbling kind of buffoon in the main universe, the alpha universe version of him is like a cool kind of like karate dude who like knows kung fu, or I don't know if he actually does know kung fu.
No, he doesn't.
He has to go to a different version
remember
of himself.
He ate chapstick.
Yeah, and there's like all this crazy stuff. It's like very Matrixy where, Alpha Waymond, who's the husband, is like he's in a van in his universe and he's like teleported into Evelyn's main universe, but he has to like also jump and like get the skills of other. It's awesome. If you like the Matrix, is it better than the Matrix?
Yes.
Better than the Matrix.
You're
Matrix
the emoji whose head exploded.
Yeah.
Thinking about this.
And like there's this whole thing where like, depending on where they are in physical space and what universes are around them, they only have access to certain like versions of themselves. So like you might be in a part of the multiverse where like there's only 3 other universes near you, and like that one knows how to do accounting, and like that one's good at doing Play-Doh, and like that one's good at riding his bike.
Depending
and, like,
on
that's all you got to work with.
Well, that's depending on how crazy and unexpected the thing that you do is, right? So
the further the way the rules were, the further the universe was from you, the crazier the thing you have to do to get there.
Exactly. Yeah. So like,
which is also awesome.
Which is just
hilarious.
Who thinks of that? Like, I have to do something insane and really unpredictable in order to verse. Like that's
awesome. And like awesome. Like there's one point in the movie that I really liked where like Evelyn has to fight off a bunch of people, and the only verse she can jump to because she's basically doing it on her own. There's like not a lot of people helping her, right?
No, and I don't
outside of Waymond.
I think they said once you have to do something crazy and unpredictable.
And then she figures it out. She just like goes to a universe where she's like a hibachi chef, and has to use like her hibachi chef skills to like fight off these dudes. It's awesome. It's awesome.
The fighting was very reminiscent of why people like kung fu, like why maybe Americans like kung fu, because what?
I mean, not just Americans like.
No. Let me just hear me out. Because like I know that my entrance into kung fu was Jackie Chan, right? Like Wild Wild West was like Jackie Chan movies, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Well, And
American Jackie Chan movies, not like Hong Kong Jackie Chan.
correct. And in American Jackie Chan movies, the ones I've seen are for kids, where he does like crazy things with an umbrella.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. He
Right.
hits you with a park bench.
Right,
Yeah.
which is why like this, there's a kung fu scene with a fanny pack.
If
It's
you like
very-
that stuff, if
Yes.
you like Jackie Chan movies.
If you like Jackie Chan, where he does ridiculous. What's that movie he did with Owen Wilson?
I don't know, but I know the
Shanghai.
one. That's
Shanghai Noon and Nights.
The good one is with Chris Tucker.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, that's the good one.
So good. If you like those American Jackie Chan movies,
Yeah.
this is gonna be up your alley.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about the fight choreography because it was so good. Oh, baby's awake. You want to pause? Wait.
I'll give you.
making
You
noise.
talk about it. I'm gonna give him his pacifier.
So I guess like I have not seen enough kung fu movies, but I know that in a lot of kung fu movies, and I think I learned this because of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, they use dust on their hands when they're fighting, so that way when they punch each other, like a poof of dust comes out and it looks cool. They use the kung fu movie dust, so that's awesome. The scene where Waymond, the husband, right, who is Alpha Waymond, Waymond from a different universe, he has to fight off a bunch of security guards at the IRS, and I guess even Alpha Waymond's not a great fighter, so he like works with what he's got. He like, he has to like, again, whenever you jump to a different universe, your mind, you got to do something really random to kind of like mess up the timeline. So he like takes the chapstick out of his pocket and like eats it, and that like allows him to jump somewhere else where he does know kung fu, and he's just got a fanny pack. That's all he's got. And when I tell you that the fanny pack fight scene in this movie is enough that it should have been at least nominated for Best Picture, that's it. They could have just made a 5-second short, a 5-minute short film about a guy beating people up with they got everything possible that you could out of a fight scene with a fanny pack. He's putting rocks in it. He's like, at one point he's swinging it around. They attach like a GoPro or like an iPhone to the fanny pack. So he's swinging it around and you see it in first person, like from the perspective of the fanny pack. He's like, at one point he throws it at some guy like Spider-Man does his webs and like hooks him in the nose with like the little clip and like throws him. It's so good. And
it's
it
pretty
has
violent
that like,
also. It's violent. Like you might think
like-
Jackie Chan,
it's
I could show my
goofy
kids.
violent.
It's goofy violent, but regardless.
It's in that weird kung fu movie like physics where like, one punch will send you flying across the
All
room
I'm
kind of
saying
thing.
is parents watching.
It's rated R.
Be aware. Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
there's a guy shoving things up his butt.
Oh, yeah. It's gross.
Is that the one you were talking about before?
No.
Oh, like the movie starts at one point. I'm like, that looks like a butt plug. And Chekhov's butt plug, right? If you're going to show,
I guess. If you're
everyone
gonna show
knows
a
the
butt
rule
plug,
of
it's gotta
Chekhov's
go up-
butt plug.
It's got to go up somebody's butt.
It's got to go up somebody's butt. So they showed the butt plug. It's like a statue that Jamie Lee Curtis won.
An award.
An award.
An award.
And
a
I'm
butt
like, that
plug
looks like a butt
award.
plug. And sure enough, when they're doing all the fights with like all the, the Alphaverse sends in like a bunch of agents to her universe
Yes.
to stop Evelyn.
So they got to do something crazy. What's crazier than sticking an award up your butt?
And like they just turn to the butt plug. And I'm like, there, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one shot where a guy like jumps over a bunch of cubicles, and you just see his blurred out butthole because I guess they didn't want to get NC-17. Give me the unrated cut, everybody. I want the unrated cut. I want to see that guy's butthole. And he just like boom. And there's this whole thing where like she's trying to prevent the guys from putting the butt plugs in their butts.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous.
And there's
It's
one
very
shot where
funny.
like two guys who have the butt plugs in.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
guy has a butt plug, one guy has like a bong up his butt.
Or like a mouth, something. I didn't even.
And they both slow motion dive at her, and you see her like kung fu grab both of them and like pull them out. It's so good. I'm telling you, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Go watch it.
Some of the other kung fu, which I guess ends up in my notes, is there's also another weird weapon. I'm gonna say it. We talk about butt plugs, dildos.
Oh yeah, well, we haven't talked about the daughter yet. So like the
Why'd you say
daughter.
about kung fu?
The way we're talking about it, you think it's just like, oh, it's a sci-fi movie. There's multiverse crap. It's a kung fu movie.
Sorry.
Like that's like not enough, I think, to win
Of course
or
not.
even be nominated for Best Picture. What makes this movie so good is that they take that But what it really is the story of a mom and a daughter and a dad and a husband. It's just like a family story. It's really, you go through the whole multiverse.
Yeah.
And Evelyn and her daughter are basically gods by the end of the movie. Like literally they can do anything. They can pull stuff out of other universes.
Right. Like that's where the title comes in. They can literally see everything everywhere all at once.
Right. They're like fifth dimensional for my like DC Comics fans. They basically can do anything.
Yeah.
And it's really just about their relationship. Like the mom and the daughter and their relationship.
And it's very heartwarming. We both cried at separate parts.
Yeah.
There's that dad relationship where, you know, this Evelyn chose to run off with her love and her dad disowned her.
It. Oh yeah, they go into the dad as well.
Gong
and all his
Gong
stuff.
is in there, and they have that whole. Sorry, I'm trying not to say
No ums.
No ums. Words are escaping me.
This Evelyn is divorcing her husband. Oh no, the husband's divorcing Evelyn.
And he just wants to do it to like get them back on track.
Yeah, right. And when Evelyn realizes that like her husband's not like an idiot, it's like his optimism that's actually a good thing. Like, and she only sees that because she goes to other parts of the multiverse.
Right.
So she's like really at the beginning very enamored with this universe where she's a famous actress and a kung fu movie artist, and she keeps wanting to go back there. But later on, she realizes in that universe she doesn't have her daughter, she's not married to her husband, and her life kind of sucks because of it. Like she doesn't have what she wants in that universe. Damn, I said again. So it's so good.
Right. And it's also interesting because it kind of goes to the fact that they can see everything everywhere all at once. And the daughter, who's been doing this for God knows how long.
It could be infinite time, thousands of years.
She's like, listen, I have created this everything bagel.
Oh, yeah. So basically, I mean, I guess a little bit. The daughter is the main villain.
Gino loves this movie. I'm going to let him take over.
Which is an awesome idea. That they talk about this omniversal threat. She's destroying the multiverse.
Such
and it's
a
just
good idea.
A version of her daughter that like Alpha Evelyn pushed too hard because she was really good at verse jumping, and she basically just turned into like all of her versions of herself at the same time. So yeah, you find out that like, first of all, she has all these crazy powers that she can pull. She's basically like the Joker. She can pull in like random stuff from other universes. She like kills a guy by mariachi dancing him to death. She hits guys with dildos.
It's so
She has the best costume. Did they win costume for this one? Costume design?
Ugh, you're asking a lot.
She has the best costumes because she basically pulls whatever outfit she wants from any universe. She's like joking around. She gets shot at some point, and she's like, just kidding, it's ketchup. So the daughter's like a zany kind of villain. And you find out that she's so fed up with being able to see everything all at the same time and having all these godly powers and not being able to die, that she creates an everything bagel that literally has everything, like from the entire multiverse on it. And it becomes a black hole. And the reason why she's been seeking out her mom in other universes, according to her, is so that her and her mom could like go and kill themselves together, essentially, in this everything bagel. So did they win best costume design?
No.
Wow.
I'm looking up Black Panther.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. Were they nominated?
I don't know. You're asking a lot.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, what do you think as a representative of the Jewish people? What do you think that the world-ending, universe-ending
was
device
a bagel?
Was a bagel?
Wait, I don't know if you saw it, but the first time we went to the Alpha universe, there was a sign that said "Hail Bagel."
Oh, I didn't see that.
I did, and I was like, "What? Like that doesn't make sense." Like I obviously hail bagels. Why would this be in a universe? And then when they said that the universe collapsing thing was a bagel,
hilarious. And everything bagel.
Made it more sense.
Literally everything.
Right, and everything bagel. I mean, I appreciated it because yes, I would put everything on. Well, and even when he was eating the bagel, he needed energy. And he ate cream cheese when they didn't have cows anymore. They had no milk. And he was
in the Alphaverse, yeah, all the cows are dead.
Yeah,
so
he was just enjoying a bagel. I was like,
yeah.
I also want a bagel right now. And it was just, sorry, while I was looking at this, I wasn't truly listening. Did you talk about how she just wanted to like stop?
Yeah, she wants to kill herself because she's like done with it. She's done.
Right. Oh, did you talk
And
about?
that's why she's been seeking out Evelyn's, because she wants someone to like be as powerful as her to like
Okay,
die with her.
I know. I was not with you.
You just said you weren't listening.
I know, but did you talk about the Rock universe and how that at first, so you know when they both become rocks?
This is after Evelyn gains her godly powers.
Yeah, listen, if you all saw the movie, you know the scene. They go to the universe that doesn't have people.
They go to a
rocks.
universe with no life.
Right, no life. They're just rocks. And as I was watching it, I was a little annoyed at first because literally there's rocks and so we're just reading text because they can't talk. So, and it becomes this very emotional scene just through text.
And I like that Evelyn's
she's
not getting it at first because she keeps trying to talk, and the Stephanie is like, she's like, stop talk, like we're just rocks, like just be a rock,
right?
Like,
be a rock.
Stop trying to like interact with me. We're just being rocks.
And they jump from universe to universe throughout the movie, incorporating the versions of themselves that we've seen, especially Evelyn. And when they go back to being rocks, and Evelyn's rock is like chasing,
it's adorable.
Her daughter's rock, like, come here, I love you. Just so weird, but so meaningful.
One of my favorite parts of this movie, after Evelyn realizes that her husband is like not a bumbling idiot and that his positivity is actually a good thing, he doesn't want her to fight. Her actual husband doesn't want her to fight, right? The alpha husband does, but I think he dies. But her actual husband does not want her to fight. So after Evelyn has all of her godly powers and can do anything, instead of just beating everybody up and like killing them, she kills them with love. So she keeps she goes into other universes to like find out like what they love the most and giving it to them. So like one guy, she finds out from another universe that his like neck is bad. He has a bad neck.
Yeah.
So she like karate chops the crap out of him. Like breaks his back, and it's like it heals his neck. Mm-hmm. Or the one where she finds out in one universe that this like nerd with a katana and a fedora is married to this other woman who's like they're fighting with, and she like puts them together to marry each other.
It's very
so good.
Sweet. And what a good twist that this is what makes everything better. No.
Love. She uses, because this, and you can explain what you want. But to me, this is what happens when Rick and Morty is made by people who aren't assholes. Because everything we found out about the people who make Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, all the things about allegedly hitting his wife and like all the weird messages he sends to underage girls, they're like horrible people. And like every time I see a student with like a Rick and Morty outfit, I'm like, I hope you don't get what that show is about. Because Rick and Morty is like very about nihilism and nothing matters. And like, yeah, you kind of find out later on that like the main character, Rick, he actually does care for his family. But a lot of kids are like, I love Rick because he could do whatever he wants. And even though he's a big asshole and he's mean to everybody and nothing matters. So this movie, I don't know if this was intentional, but it seems like in a response to Rick and Morty. Like in that show, what are you shaking your head for?
I mean, it's not in response to Rick and Morty, Gino. People can convergently have ideas that are not
the antithesis
same.
Of it.
Okay.
What I mean is like that is all about nihilism and nothing matters. And this movie is all about nihilism and actually things do matter. Like your family matters and love matters. And even though there's an infinite number of universes and there's a million versions of you, like just you and your family and love, they actually matter. Well, so it's like a counterpoint to the nihilism that Rick and Morty always represents. And I hate it. And I love this.
Great. And it's also it shows that it's okay to let go, right? Because at the end, essentially the daughter's like, no, seriously, like I need to make this decision.
No, then she immediately doesn't let go. That was like immediately countered in the movie.
And then she comes back?
She lets go and then she is about to die and the mom's like, no, screw that. And she grabs her.
Oh, okay. You know what? I feel like I missed that. Because she does let her go. But
then immediately pulls her back.
Yeah, but then the rocks both jump off together.
Right, because she wasn't going to let her go. She did let her go. And then she immediately, because she was like, But then she remembered like her dad let her go.
Oh,
And she didn't like that.
Yeah.
So then she doesn't. And remember, she's in the car, and that's
No,
the
the
ending.
car
They're flipping
scene
back
is
from
I
like the
remember.
main universe to like a different universe. Yada yada yada.
Maybe this is where I got lost.
She tells her to go in the car and leave.
Yeah, and then she says,
she's like, "Wait a second, like
Yeah.
get back here and let me yell at you."
Yeah.
So she doesn't let her.
Is that
go.
where I cried?
I cried during that part.
I think I did. Also because now that we have a son, just hearing her be
Oh,
like
all the family stuff.
all the family stuff, all the mother-daughter relationship, just like this child of like seeing this broken relationship and then hearing the mom say, "It's crazy that I would want to be here with you, but I do."
Yeah.
Oh my, here we
Like
go.
none of this matters, but it matters.
Right. Oh,
Or when she yells at her dad for like letting her go.
yes.
And then like Alpha, her dad wants to kill the daughter because she's an omniversal threat.
Joy's her name.
Joy, she wants to kill Joy and like
Yeah.
throw Joy in the bagel. And then he gets yelled at by Evelyn, like, how could you let me go to
Right.
China, to America, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, that's right. And then he
pulls
zooms in and pulls
and
it.
pulls
I
up and
remember.
Joy helps pull Joy. And I was like, oh my God.
It was just so.
Yeah. So this movie is not about letting go. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Sorry.
like there's so many points in Rick and Morty where they're like, yeah, there's a million of my granddaughter. Like, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. And like, technically he does. But this is like, yeah, there's a million of my daughter and I want to spend time with
Right.
her.
And I want to be here in this universe with you.
In the freaking crappy laundromat, with
Right.
the 1-bedroom apartment, and like your stupid dad, and like the IRS doesn't like us, like all that.
Yes. This is where I want to be.
So this is like, if obviously it wasn't rated R, I want to take every kid who I see with a Rick and Morty shirt and be like, watch this instead. Like, this is a way better version of that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. If they could just cut all of the parts
That you don't like.
that are not appropriate for children.
Obviously, I'm not going to be showing this to children, but yes.
But I want to show this to children and I can't.
I think it's,
This is a high school.
I don't think you can make this movie successful without a guy shoving up a butt plug in his butt.
I don't know why that's the only part you think of when there's hot dog fingers.
Oh, yeah. Hot dog fingers is inappropriate. That's hilarious. So, yes, she at some point jumps off the grid. Oh, that's you?
That's mine.
Yeah. So, like, that's all I want to say. Like, it's such a refreshing take on like a nihilistic, like nothing matters kind of worldview. Where like, yeah, nothing matters, and I still want to spend time with you anyway. And I was just like freaking dying. Like I love it. It's so good. I can't say enough about how much I like this movie.
Now, I'm hoping this replaces Gino's love for Scott Pilgrim because
I don't like the movie Scott Pilgrim as much as I like the books.
well, because there are times when you'll like revisit it. Excuse me, and you're like, I want to watch Scott Pilgrim today, and I'm like, I don't want to watch.
Like literally once in our entire
one time.
relationship,
right? And if you could just now instead,
oh, I'm still gonna like Scott Pilgrim.
no, but now you'll be like, I want to rewatch Everything Everywhere All at
No,
Once.
we gotta watch the anime, the Scott Pilgrim anime. They're bringing back all the actors. You need to read the Scott Pilgrim books. You
No.
would like them. You're 100% wrong.
No,
It's like being a millennial in one comic.
yeah, but I don't fit that.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you were in your 20s
I'm
around
an
the same
old
time.
soul.
No.
I'm an old
Okay.
soul. I'm from the
Toby's
40s.
notes. We're going to review Scott Pilgrim versus the World now.
No, we're not.
The anime when it comes out.
Blah. Toby's notes. So I talked about this a little bit in the non-spoiler part, but had no idea what this was. Like, what had you heard about it?
I knew it was like kind of about multiverse stuff.
Didn't even know that.
I mean, the name's Everything Everywhere at All at Once.
What that could
I knew it won like all the Oscars. That was it. Like
right.
that's all,
That was
it. Like swept
also
the Oscars.
Everything Everywhere All at Once could literally mean anything.
Everything. It can mean everything.
It can mean everything and anything.
everywhere.
Right, all at once. And the way they did it was, I like how they broke it down into chapters of this is everything, this is everywhere, now we're all at
Yeah.
once.
Oh, it is a long movie. I guess that's like the one downside.
Yeah, it didn't feel long.
No, but it is long. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. So I don't understand why I didn't hear more about what the movie was, because I think if you had known that it was a sci-fi kung fu movie, we would have watched it in theaters.
But I think that was only after it won the Oscars. Like, no, I did not. I don't remember hearing about this movie before it won all the Oscars.
I heard about this movie.
Oh, I don't remember.
I heard about it, and I heard some people loved it, and some people were
Wrong.
like we're wrong. We're like lukewarm about it because they probably didn't want to see a sci-fi kung fu movie.
Yeah, I guess if you're one of those people who's like, I can't watch anything weird, then like you're not gonna like this movie, right? If you're only into movies that are like
If you go for
about
Oscar
real
bait,
life, Yeah, if you're like, you go for typical Oscar bait or like, I don't know, rom-coms, like,
This is not it.
this is not it. But this is so
This
much
could-
more heart than a rom-com.
And it's funny.
Oh, it is also funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. Remember we were talking about like comedies, like how there's no comedies?
Yes.
So like everything else is now a comedy. But this is like legit fun. There's a guy shoving a butt plug up his butt to like fight a kung fu
Right.
fight.
And like Jamie Lee Curtis is a sumo wrestler. That's funny.
Oh, and she's a pro wrestler.
Sorry,
She's a
pro
yeah.
wrestler. And also the mom is funny.
And the finger hand, the hot dog
Oh,
hands
God.
universe.
Well, we might as well just talk about that now.
Yeah, so that was like very Rick and Morty. Like having a hot dog's hand universe is very Rick and Morty.
And so this movie was shockingly, or not shocking, the things that they thought of, I would say, but unexpectedly inappropriate. Like, I think the first time.
You're like very, what are you, you're all of a sudden you're a mom and now like even the most slightly inappropriate thing in a movie, you're like me.
I'm just letting people know, and we're just chit-chatting about it, right? That you go in seeing a sci-fi kung fu movie. You don't expect to see kung fu with dildos. You don't
You didn't like that?
expect to see.
You didn't think that was funny?
I thought it was weird.
Oh my God.
I mean, you don't expect to see butt plug action. And you definitely don't expect to see hot dog fingers
And they put it in their mouth.
ejaculating condiments.
Hilarious.
Right. It's just things.
And it's so sweet though, because in that universe,
Jamie Lee
Curtis and Evelyn
and
are dating.
Right.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
And they get really good with their feet. So they like rub each other. hit
Which
the
now
feet on
Gino
them.
is suddenly an expert at picking things up with his
Oh, I've
feet.
always picked up myself with my feet. I have big toes.
Right, but like this is a thing that I'm just noticing that he's starting to
Yeah.
do after this
I love how
movie.
you notice things about me. It's my favorite.
Even after all this time, I noticed brand new things about you.
Mm.
So going in, it was shocking. That's all. And it won Best Picture.
Shocking.
Come
I mean,
on.
weird.
Do you think any
I'm shocked that it
movie-
won Best Picture.
Right.
Yes.
It won Best Picture where we are ejaculating condiments and I guess was anything else weird?
The whole movie's weird. That's why I like it so much.
I meant like sexually weird.
No, it's like, yeah, there's not really any sexual, there's like no nudity in this. The one thing that could have been
No.
nudity, they blurred out. We
Right.
didn't want to see some actor's hairy butthole. He might have also been wearing pants. So that was why they blurred it out. He might have just been wearing pants.
I'm sure he was dressed.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
don't know, that's stuntman.
right. I don't think they would have made him do it naked.
I mean, they could have. But like, if you're the kind of person who wants to watch a fight between a bunch of pantsless office workers with a bong hanging out his butthole, fighting a middle-aged Asian woman who is dressed up in like a vest, like a schlubby vest, doing kung fu, who then becomes a literal god
It was a good movie.
to help save her daughter from another universe?
Listen, I'm not negating the level of moviness.
We didn't even talk about Raccoon Tootie,
Oh, we did.
where she
That was funny.
she kept saying it wrong, like raccoon instead of ratatouille. She kept saying raccoon a tootie.
Raccoony.
Raccoon, yeah,
Raccoony.
Raccoony.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the hibachi universe. She catches a guy with
Yeah,
a raccoon in his hat who
And-
does the stuff.
And honestly, the correct version goes to kill her because she can't keep a secret. Ratatouille should have gone and killed the
Killed
French
people.
girl.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly, I would have liked Ratatouille more if he had started murdering people
I
that
don't know
found
if
out
Pixar
about
yet.
him.
But like, you didn't cry when they captured the raccoon, and then like it was Evelyn's fault, and then Evelyn freaking
Puts her on his shoulder.
First she goes on his shoulders.
I know.
And then but then she puts him on her shoulder.
Right. Well,
and
that's
she
when
throws him.
When we find out kindness has to
That's
win
at the end where she's
everything.
hopping through universe. Okay, I will also say this. You cannot watch this movie without paying attention, right? Like Toby missed the entire point of the movie because she wasn't paying attention.
And I don't even remember not paying attention.
Right. So like you need to pay it. That's another thing. I think a lot of people don't like movies where you have to pay attention. If you're one of those people who's just like, while you're watching a movie, you're like this, you're going to hate this movie.
Okay, first of all, you do that too.
Yeah, to boring stuff that's dumb. Like 90 Day Fiance.
I think at home, it is harder to pay attention to a movie than if you go see it in theaters, right?
Yeah.
So that's another, just right. If you're watching it at home, which you are at this point,
Yep.
you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to any sci-fi movie. Otherwise, things don't make sense.
But like especially this one. Because if you do pay attention, there's just so much heart and good, and I love it.
And I bet there's all these details that would pop out if we watched it like
I do want to
times.
watch it again.
Okay.
Let's watch it right now.
This is gonna be a Gino movie.
How is this not a Toby movie?
No, it is a Toby movie. We just watched it. Excuse you.
I'm upset that you don't like this movie as much as I do. I'm like very upset.
I definitely don't like it as much as you do.
What movie? What do you want? What kind of movies does Toby like?
I like
best
it.
Toby picture of the year.
I don't know. I didn't see enough.
I feel like you like Thor: Love and Thunder more than this movie. They're not even in the same league.
Yeah, because I like for my side to hurt.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was cracking up.
You're the only person. You're the only person laughing during
Thor: Love and Thunder,
and the only person laughing during the bad Santa movie.
Right, Violent Night.
Violent Night, which is such a good movie too.
Such a good movie. If I'm gonna rewatch a movie, I need to laugh, and this movie did make me laugh, but it was farther between because it's long and there's a lot of kung fu. That's not necessarily laugh out loud funny as opposed to entertaining. You know what I mean?
Maybe we're like in one of those times like where like it's just gonna be a good decade for movies. Like the last decade was kind of blah, right?
Think?
You just had the MCU, and now
Why? What's gonna come out?
This came out.
Oh, nothing else.
Freaking Violent Night, a stupid Santa movie that's like awesome.
Okay.
Other movies that haven't happened yet.
I feel like we're gonna need more than just
maybe
two.
this is just gonna be a good. It kind of goes back and forth. A good decade.
I mean, I would obviously love that because we grew up during Dodgeball and Anchorman.
Oh, there's still no comedies. I didn't say there's gonna be comedies.
All I'm saying is that from when we saw movies, great time in like what, with 2000s? Was that it?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Late 90s.
Classic. So that's what we need. We need an upswing. Also to get people to go to the theater.
Yeah, put it on. I would listen to everybody at home. I would gladly pay $20 to just rent something at home instead of going to the theater. I don't need to go to the theater anymore. If I never go to the theater again, I would love it. I really hate it. I'm getting to the point where I hate it. I don't. Because I just want to sit here in our house with the TV and the surround sound, and that's it.
We are homebodies.
It's just that like the theater is just less convenient. It's not that I'm a homebody, even though I kind of am. It's just that the theater is way more expensive and less convenient.
But it's
there's annoying ass people there.
Yeah, people.
For certain movies like comedies and like, Avengers Endgame, like event movies.
Then you gotta go.
Yes, I like to go to the theater. But for like this, like I was more than happy waiting until it came out.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm not going to see the Super Mario Brothers movie, but now my friends want to go see it.
I was going to say, aren't you going to go see it?
There's one thing I want to talk about though, because you did bring it up before, how like the MCU is doing the multiverse thing. Stop. You lost.
Right. You can't.
You're never going to compete with this.
In one movie?
Kevin Feige must be pulling his one last hair out because it's like, nothing you're going to do is going to be this good. Like, learn from this movie,
and make this much sense, right? Like, of course it doesn't make sense to go through multiverses.
But the exposition's so good that, like, it does make sense in this movie if you pay attention. Yeah.
Yes, I can hop through consciousness.
Yeah, I put literally everything in existence on a bagel, and it made, like, a black hole. And garlic is floating around it. Like, perfect.
Right? And
I love that line where she's like, I put...
And all the cats or something.
She's like, I put every cat, like, every planet.
Oh, every dog, every type
dog.
Of dog.
Yeah, every file, whatever, garlic, onion, sesame seeds. Hilarious.
Right, done. Gino's done. Just put a fork in him. He's done. I would agree. I think Marvel, because now we got all the Kangs, and that's confusing. One of the Kangs is dead. No. Because they even made sense. If you're dead in this universe, you can't go to it.
Well, if there is no version of you in that universe,
right? You can't go to it.
Even though what's her face is like a god who can travel anywhere, she can't travel to
a universe. Well, that's why the Gong Gong was like, we got to kill her so she can't come back to this universe.
And like the universe where Evelyn never married her husband, like I don't think she can go to that.
She can't go to that universe either. So that's it. I had one more note that we touched on it before, but so Jamie Lee Curtis, they must have given her Best Supporting Actress because she hasn't really been in a movie that was like nominated for Best Picture or like
she is great in
Halloween.
This. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's a great actress, but I feel like she hasn't done an award-worthy movie in a long time.
Definitely not the freaking Friday the 13th we just saw.
Well, we just saw
in October.
Oh, Halloween.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Halloween, whatever.
Sorry. Then I went to because. The movie I'm thinking of is the one with Lindsay Lohan where they switch bodies.
Oh, she should have won Best Actress for that. I mean, let's be honest.
Honestly,
with everybody.
playing Lindsay
Freaky
Lohan,
Friday.
crazy. That's why, because you said Friday the 13th. I was like,
Yeah, if
there's
you like
a Friday
Freaky,
movie.
if you like Freaky Friday, you like this movie because there's people switching bodies and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like yeah.
Well, so Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, great job, but come on. Stephanie, who plays the daughter.
Yeah, Joy was just so good in this
She
movie
was
that I think
so-
she should have won.
She was so good.
Great
and
villain, great daughter.
great. She cries at the end because she's like, Mom, like, I just want to go. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, our relationship is broken. I'm done.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis did make me cry in this movie. Joy and Evelyn made me cry in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was so much more depth to the daughter's character.
Yeah.
That earned a Best Supporting Actress. That it's crazy.
That she didn't win.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, no offense, Jamie Lee Curtis, but I just think you were not as good as Joy, and Joy should have won.
Right, and that's not saying that you didn't do a great job again.
No, she's awesome in this movie.
Right.
She's just like not.
Your part didn't have the same depth as that one. So it was just, but maybe they think Stephanie's she's got more chances.
Maybe. And like, she didn't put the hot dog hands in her mouth.
You know what?
But
That's
she fought
what
with
got
freaking
her.
dildos. She had 2 freaking dildos.
Right, so if we're going by weird sexual things. See? The movie's weird.
It's so good. Everyone's great. I mean, like, again, this is like I'm feeling that this is like, what was that musical really like that swept the Tonys? That like won every Tony?
The movie.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, I don't really like Broadway, but like the best thing, I'll go see it. So like Book of Mormon won everything, right? And Book of Mormon's amazing. And I feel like for a time, at least here in New York, everyone was talking about Book of Mormon all the time until Hamilton happened. I feel like this is a similar situation where this crazy random movie that you'd never think should win anything wins everything. And I feel like no one in real life is talking about this movie.
But I don't think I think it's been a while since people have cared about the Oscars.
They
So
were watching The Last of Us, that's why.
Right?
Which premiered at the same time.
And which got more viewers than the Oscars, I think. I think somebody said that.
Well, no one slapped anybody, so that's probably why.
It's just the Oscars are not important.
But go watch this movie anyway.
Yeah.
I think the baby's waking up.
Okay.
We done?
Yes. So, wait. I've got a new outro, so listen. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening to For Better or Worse. If you liked us and you saw us and you enjoyed viewing us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Well, sorry, yes.
Sorry, I'm just trying to use the lingo correctly. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you see us every week. You see our clips. Sorry, shorts. That's what they're called.
No, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels.
No, but
TikTok,
just you.
TikToks.
I'm just saying YouTube.
Oh, just YouTube.
Just subscribe to us. We're still working on getting to 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're close. All right, and we'll see you next time when we
Review
more movies and TV.
Bye.
Bye.